Right. Put my vacuum bag back on. Righto, let's get this on like Donkey Kong. Now I'm just going to clean up this outline and then finish shaping it. There we go. Get the outline just right. Beautiful. Righto, that outline's perfect. Now, just going to check this bottom again. Dead flat, and in between it, slight V. Just got to increase that a bit now. Right, I'll check it again. In between the middle and the tail, there's the V, and it flattens out at the tail. You don't want V in the tip of the tail on this one. Beautiful. A touch more. Right. Now this is going to have the concave just cleaned up a little bit on the nose. Make sure it's level, perfect. Just making sure it's perfect straight to the bottom. Feel that? Sorry, I'm just going to drop the shoelace so I don't trip over. Just do a double knot because it keeps coming undone. You get resin on your shoelaces. Righto. Getting this just right for Pedro. Getting it just right. There it is. Don't you hate when you walk away from the tool you need? that looks better. Pretty happy with that. That looks pretty darn good. Now the double concave. Righto, so you rip it through with the machine, then you clean it up with your hands. Sorry, I'll just read that. Okay, Red said thanks for taking the time us to I've been chatting for 6 years. Oh, cool. My bloody pleasure. And everyone, like I say, people get what they want from it, but I try and do things the easy way, okay? Definitely. But you're welcome. Righto. Now, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Righto, so nice double concave. Keep it simple, I reckon. That's the easiest way. Righto, let's clean that up with a bit of gauze. And then shape the rails, and then Pedro's board is ready to start glassing. So 3 inches on the nogger. Now, let's get this rail right. Let's get this last rail done, eh? Now, I'll tell this little trick. This cardboard rail template, like all of them, are very old, so I'm going to have to stick a bit of timber on that because it's starting to get a bit old. And it needs a little splint. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit old. This is just made out of a Gorilla Grip deck grip. So I'll stick a bit of timber on here, get a bit of tape, and it'll just give it a bit of stability. Now, good rails don't change, okay? Just like good waves. I mean, most people surf a lot of these surf breaks, and a lot of these waves haven't changed since day one of the earth. The only thing that's, I suppose, changed is people trying to ride them. Now I'll just glue that on, just so it doesn't move. But what I'm going to hold the glued bit on with is a bit of tape. Bit of tape that side, and a bit of tape this side. There we go. Now that won't move there because it's got a bit of stick there. Because this is, like I say, 20 years old. Now I want to transfer that to my temporary thing. Undo my bit of tape. Like that. Sit the rail on here. Bottom and edge. Line the bottom and edge up. Then just put that on the top. There we go. Oh, now my tape lifted off. Sorry. Tape malfunction. New piece. New piece of tape. Sit it on here. Sit that there, that there. There we go. Taped on. So that now replicates that perfectly to the millimetre. So when I shape it to that hard edge, all I got to do is knock off that edge and it's done. Now, I'm just going to grab a water, so I'll be 1 sec. Back in 1 sec. Righto, I'm back. Sorry, part of my job is having to get Louise water. Now, let's transfer this. Excuse me. So, 30, 34. It always has been 34. 20 years it's been 34. I still measure it. Don't ask me why. One of those habits you get into. Sorry, air conditioner always makes me cough. I'm just going to grab one of these eucalyptus soothers. Just dries your throat out, air conditioning. You need it because it gets that hot in here, but dries your throat out. Especially if you're talking. Excuse me. Shut up. You're right. Pedro's coming to pick this board up. There we go. Now this is a standard. This is a standard 9.1 by 23 by 3. So standard in the measurements for Pedro's size. It's going to go unreal for him. He's progressing as a surfer, and he's moving to the next stage of surfing. So he's gone from riding a really flat, stable board, the Easy Rider, to a HP. Righto, let's... Looking good. I'll get my little thing and see where I'm up to. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I'll tell you a little thing about this planer. Now, this is a standard L22 Ryobi planer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I wore out my first one and had the armature replaced like 3 times. But this is the original handle from my original planer and knob here. And the reason being, this handle I've been using since 1985. It's worn in, there's no sharp bits on it, feels beautiful. But I come up with this slide adjustment. See that there? That's a little slide I made. So when I'm shaping, I move it. When I was shaping the rail then, I was going from full cut to not much cut. I was adjusting it as I wanted to do a difference. In the olden days, unless you had a skill planer, and I'm talking about American shapers, unless you had a skill planer, you couldn't do that. All the Australian shapers used to adjust it by hand. But this is on the fly, so that's like the skill one, and I do that like that. The American ones had the little adjuster at the front. But so I come up with that one there. Anyway, so that's just a little thing there. Now, I can do 2 things now. I can keep planing at a really fine thing and get that nearly perfect, or I can just rip through with my sander, which is quicker. And I've got to finish, so this is from a production point of view. I've got the right height and everything, and it's perfect. But now I'm going to blend it all really quickly, and I won't have to do much hand sanding, okay? So what I do, start my sander. Righto. Now, I'll check this with my template now. Nearly there. Okay, I only need a couple of mil more off it. Now watch this. Now, let's check it now, okay? Righto. Now see, that template now fits perfectly to the millimetre, okay? Now, if you look at what I've done there, I'll blow it down. In a matter of a few minutes, Don't get me wrong, you can spend hours of a surf form and dancing backwards and forwards, and you can spend hours using the surf form, going backwards and forwards, but planing it and ripping through the sander, I got that exact rail. Now, there will be people that will turn around and say, oh, hang on, no, the computer shaping's more accurate. That's exact to the millimeter. Okay, now here's the difference. What I'm trying to say now, every millimeter, imagine this surfboard was divided up into, I'll draw it for you to make it easy, and I'll use Phil's template. Now, imagine it was just divided up into little cubes, 1 millimeter cubes, okay? And each one of these points had a number, and I'll make it simple. A1, A2, B1, B2, AA1, AA2. Now, when you're making a computer program, all you're doing is plotting these points, and the shape machine follows these points, A1, AA2, whatever, like points in longitude, latitude, okay, and altitude. Now, this is why a lot of people think, oh, computers are way better than the human brain. There hasn't been a computer. Sorry, I'll get my camera here so you can see what I'm talking about. There hasn't been. There hasn't been a computer invented yet that can compete with the human brain. And what I'm saying is, while I'm doing this, while I was using the sander there, I was plotting all those points, okay, to get them perfect, which I did. That rail's perfect, better than what comes off a computer machine, okay? So, and I was having a conversation with people on Instagram, and I was having thoughts about what I'm going to have for lunch today, and had a bit of empathy for a parent, my dad who's a bit crook. Had all these thoughts, okay? Even Louise getting her water for her, keep her alive, her hydration. So all these thoughts your brain is capable of doing, okay? And with a drop of a hat, And then they say, oh, computers are great, they can redo that. And that, yes, they can plot a curve. I just did. But I did a million other things with it, okay? And a computer can't come up with this. A computer can come up with what someone's put into the computer, but you have to understand the average computer you have in your house now, or even your phone, they reckon could have run the NASA Capricorn 1 landing in that air hangar. Anyone's seen Capricorn 1 will know what I mean. I'm not going to say the moon landing, I'm going to soon say the Capricorn 1 movie. But apparently that what we got on our phone now would have been a room massive. Okay, so computers have come a long, long way, but they still can't do what a human being can do. You look at the creativity, okay, and what different humans have accomplished through nutting it out and doing things, and male, female, no discrimination against anyone, but you look at all the things that have happened pre-computers, and but there's this brigade of people. Now you've got to understand who pushes that agenda of, oh yeah, give you a look. This
couple of a couple of labels that are the biggest in the world have had world champions ride for them. They got another shaper, an older shaper at the time, he was in his late 60s, to shape their Hawaiian guns for them. Now, that person should have been able to do all that himself if he was a decent shaper. Yet he got this Australian guy too to do all his boards because he used a computer shaper. They were all what they call scratches to start off with. So when you don't have that ability, you use a machine like a computer to do it. But to be able to shape a board, shape a rail, do it to an exact millimetre, these are all things the human brain can sort of do. And I'm a great believer, anyone can learn to do it. It's trial and error, practice makes perfect. Because the potential for every person in the world to learn things, doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, the potential for a human brain to be able to pick up and learn things. You've only got to watch young kids when they're teaching tennis or anything, they learn so quick. It's because the human brain is such an exceptional thing. Don't think that just because someone grows up in a third world country, they've got less potential than someone in the Western world. No, it's just that they haven't had the opportunity to use it. We've all got brains, but that's just wanting to say, like, you've seen me do that, and that's more perfect than what a computer would do it in less time. So in actual fact, I've done it quicker, even though I'm talking now, than what a computer could do it. So don't get caught up in this thing by thinking computers are great. The human brain and what you can do between the human brain and these things is what makes it work. And I'll do it again. I'll do it on the other rail. Okay. Now this rail has got two squares, two flat edges, and I'm going to bring it to that. All in the matter. And when I'm standing, I'm just not holding the sander and going like that. I've got that many different angles, pressures, and sometimes you can hear me change the speed. Okay. You'll hear me change the speed, you'll hear me change the pressure, and I'll be doing all that whilst thinking about what I'm having for lunch too. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to start again. I just sped it up a little bit faster. You can hear it. Now slow, lots of pressure. Righto, let's see how I went. As well, in a matter of a second, think about this. When I was standing on this side of the board, I had nose and tail, right? When I'm standing on this side of the board, I have tail and nose. So again, this is the part of the human brain. I was able to mirror what I was doing then in an instant from one side, reverse it completely around in the brain whilst doing that. Okay, so that's the other side of it too. Now put that on. See, nearly there. I just need a touch more. I pretty well always do it like that because you can't put the foam back on once you take it off.
Now I'll whack this on again. See how it looks? Perfect. Sorry, see that fits perfectly. That template. Now I'm going to do a visual thing now, where I'm going to look at the board and see how it looks. See how this whole blend looks. I'm going to look at this whole curve in 1 second. Now in that second, I've made a decision to take a little bit off that. Okay, because it wasn't quite, it needs a fraction more off it. Go again. Now, this is like interpretation. So I'm looking at what I'm seeing and making a decision on how it looks, and that's design, and you can't, a computer can't do that. It can only do what a human puts into it. Okay, so I'll do that. Do that. Right, now I'm doing this. So now I'm looking at a few different angles at once, and I know what I don't want there anymore, this little lump. I don't want that little lump there anymore. I want it to be like that. Look at that, it's beautiful, perfect, absolutely perfect. Now go up the nose, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look at it and see what my eye catches. Your eye catches something, my eye catches it. That's looking good. Now, I'm just going to clean up the nose, because the nose needs a little cleaning up here. Perfect. Now, when I first started making boards, I couldn't do that. I could not do that. I could not see that form like that. But I practiced and I learnt it. As I say, your brain will learn, and that's how you do it. Now, a lot of my technique, I've come up with my own technique. This is just to make sure there's no lumps. Most panel beaters will understand this. anyone that's restored an old car or something. Now, I'm going to do a little experiment here just to show you. I'm going to shut my eyes and do this next part, okay? Because it's not about what I'm seeing, it's about what I'm feeling, okay? So I'm going to shut my eyes. Well, hang on. I'll see if I can do it a better way. Because a lot of people say, oh, you're cheating. I know it's a silly experiment, but I want people to understand it. So, I'll put this over my face. Oh yeah. Okay. So, I'll shut my eyes. Now, I've got to see where my tool is. Now, I'm going to feel wherever I need to blend that deck in a bit better, not with my eyes, but with my hands. Okay? So, righto, I'll step around the other side, sorry. Oh, here's a good one. There we go. So, what I did then was, used my no eyes, just used my hands to see where I had to do it. And I'll look at the scratches. Yep. Yep. There. Yep. 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 Oh, he'll be, yep. Yep. So I was on the right path. All those spots I felt before I seen. So now, but not that anyone wants to see their shaper blindfolded while they're shaping. Fucking beautiful. This is just cleaning the scratches out of it. Now just check it again. Looking nice. Looking real nice. So Oh yeah. Righto, so this looks pretty good. I'm just checking through here, make sure it's all good. Righto. Now I'm getting closer to the end. Sorry, low battery. Now it's getting there. We're getting real close. Now the last bit of the blend. Right, I'll put the template on there, see how it looks. Should be reasonably close. the middle. That's nearly fucking perfect. So I'll just take a touch more off. Tiniest little bit. Put it on again. Righto, now this will leave a little mark up here. Just going to take a little bit off here. And that's why I want it to be perfectly tight, so it's not overshaped. And I put that on here. And there we have that exact rail to the millimetre. Now I'll do the other side. Try this side. Oh fuck, that one's nearly perfect. Perfect. Exact to the millimetre. Now could you imagine the program plotting those points in on a double radius and all this sort of stuff? The human brain does it in an instant. Now check this, how it looks. And I'm pretty fucking stoked. So, yeah. Anyway, righto, I've got to go and have a drink of water. I'll come back and gauze this in about 20 minutes. I've got to recharge my battery. Battery's about to die. But yeah, I hope that was informative. Righto, I'll be back.